Hello everyone and welcome to Crashing Through Barriers. This is the first recording that I have made, or first video I guess I should say that I have made, since changing my channel name yet again. But there's just been a lot going on, and I wanted to make sure that whatever content I decided to put out from here going forward was going to match the tone that I wanted to put out there. And so through a lot of searching within myself, and of course understanding what it is that I think people both need and want, this is the first video that I've made since then. And while there's a lot that I want to touch on from here going forward regarding fitness, regarding becoming the best version of yourself, keep in mind that I also plan on doing news items. I also plan on covering things that I have a lot of interest in, and things that I think that my audience will also have a lot of interest in. And so the very first thing that I want to go over, as crazy as it might seem, is something very much Godzilla related. And the funny thing about what it is that I want to talk about is the fact that there was absolutely no news about this in any way, shape, or form that I could find. And I have done as much searching online as I possibly could to basically figure out that not many people, if any, outside of maybe a few, actually know that this has actually happened, which is what makes this so exciting. So I think that we can all agree that the return of Godzilla, aka Godzilla 1985, even though it has had Kraken releasing video releases on disc, is still one of the most rare Godzilla movies in existence. It is still very hard to find. You can obviously go online to Archive and other torrent sites and find it. But in terms of official releases, outside of HBO Max, you can't really find it anywhere, which is surprising because I honestly thought that the Criterion Collection would have released a copy of it at this point, either digitally or on disc, and they haven't. Outside of HBO Max, you cannot find it and you cannot buy it. So that brings me to why I am on Amazon Prime Video right now. Now keep in mind that I am in the United States, so I do not have any idea if this is true of any other country. So, why am I here? Well, that is because there is a Return of Godzilla movie that you can buy on Amazon Prime Video. And again, it's absolutely flabbergasting me that there was absolutely no news, no fanfare, no nothing about this release. And I'm going to show you exactly what it is and what it looks like. And the reason for all this, of course, is because you can link Amazon Prime Video to HBO Max and get the HBO Max version of the movie, but only through subscription. The version that I am talking about is the version that you can buy. So, I'm going to type in Return of Godzilla. You have to forgive me, I'm doing this one-handed. Giggity. There we are. Now, there's a couple of versions here. If I scroll over here, that is the HBO Max version, which will prompt you to sign up for a subscription. But on this left side, this version right here, with the yellow lettering and the red background, one of the coolest posters that I've ever seen. This is the version that you can buy. So, keep in mind that when you look at the details of this movie, it will show you that it is in English, but yet the runtime is exactly the same as the Japanese release. So, what does this mean? This means that this is a very rare version of The Return of Godzilla. This is not the same English release as 1985. This is the very rare, very hard to find international English dub that came out of England. This is the one that a lot of people consider that if you're going to watch an English language version of this movie, this is the definitive version. So the very fact that this is on Amazon Prime, and the fact that this is the international dub, it's absolutely mind-blowing that nobody knows about this, but that's why I'm here. This is why this video exists, because I want people to know. If you are a fan of this movie at all, this is the version that you want. And I know there's a lot of people out there who are fans of Raymond Burr and what he did, and I am too. Quite frankly, I give him a lot of credit for making sure that Godzilla 1985 was not some parodic schlockfest that New World Video wanted to make it out to be, and ended up making it the serious movie that it needed to be. He wanted to show respect, and for that I commend him. But the fact is, it was still heavily edited, and it's still far shorter than the Japanese release. This version, this particular English dub, does not cut anything from the Japanese release. All it does is replace the Japanese audio with the English dub, and everything else falls into line from there. So, now before you come out and buy this movie from Amazon Prime Video, there's just a few caveats that we need to go over, because I want to make sure that when you buy this movie, if you decide to buy it, that you are fully informed of everything going on with it. As far as I can tell, everything is great for the most part. However, the studio down here at the bottom, CEA Studios, is not a studio that I have ever heard of before. I do not know how official this release actually is. For all I know, it could be someone living in their mom's basement that somehow got this past Amazon fact checkers. Somehow. I don't know. I've gone ahead and bought this movie just so I could confirm that it was in fact the real deal. And it is, as far as I can tell. It does kind of look like it was digitized off of someone's VHS copy. So, take that for what it is. It is not truly an upgrade from any version that you've seen before. There are definitely video artifacts everywhere. So, but keep in mind also that the picture of the movie, it doesn't seem quite right. It almost seems slightly distorted, like maybe crunched in. It's hard to explain. It doesn't feel like a true widescreen release. It almost feels like a standard 4:3 zoomed in to make it look like it's 1080p. Almost like the Dragon Ball Z releases that are now available through Fandango and Prime Video. So, and of course this is not to dissuade anybody from buying it, because obviously if you want to buy it, you absolutely should. It's still the international dub, which is a very rare release. It just doesn't look quite right. So, take that for what it is. But this is available through Amazon Prime Video, so that you can stream it anytime that you want. And I hope everybody out there looking for this movie will be able to find some enjoyment regardless of how the picture looks, because it's still the movie and it's still really fun to watch. So, Just a little quick tidbit on fitness. I know that the main antagonist in the movie Dodgeball, as hated as he was in that movie, still had some kernels of truth. So, to quote him, a lot of times you're not going to make the changes that you need to unless you have the hatred for yourself enough to do it. If you are tired of what you see in the mirror, if you are tired of what you see when you step on a scale, if you are tired of the medical negativity that comes from your doctor every time you go for a checkup, then do something about it, because nobody can do it for you. And with that, signing off, see you on the next run.